For this crochet project, you're going to need your 4mm crochet hook, as well as a pair of scissors and your tapestry needle. For the mermaid eyes, the first thing you're going to do is lay down the bottom portion of the eye. Then you're going to lay down the white portion, the white glitter portion of the eye. Then the green, or whatever color, main color you want for your doll's eyes, or whatever project that you're working on, go ahead and place that color next. Then place the pupil or black pupil of the eye. Then place the sequin where you want it on the eye. Then take your tapestry needle, and you can use your DMC yarn threader. Place the hook right through the eye of your tapestry needle. Then take your clear wire that you're going to be using for sewing. You're going to hook it and then just bring it back through the eye of the tapestry needle, and you can jiggle it up and down. The DMC yarn threader, you can jiggle it up and down to help bring the yarn or thread through. This beading wire is a little stiff, so you want to pull a little bit extra through so it doesn't come back through the eye of the needle while you're sewing. And then just get a small amount that you'll need for sewing. And then you can sew the sequin in place first. So for mine, I came up with my tapestry needle first, and I'm putting my sequin at about 1 o'clock. So then, once I have the needle through, then I can take my sequin and then place the sequin with the cup side up, and then finish sewing it in place. So just bring your thread through. Make sure you leave enough on the back for tying a knot. So you can see how I tied a knot on the back. Then you can just take and go back up through the center of the sequin, or even along the outside, wherever you can get your needle to come back through. And then back down to the center. And just sew the sequin, finish sewing the sequin in place, and then you can go along and sew the rest of the eye in place as well. Make sure that as you're sewing that you're shaping the felt so that the eye is how you want it to look on the doll. Don't worry about putting a lot of stitches right now, because you're going to put more stitches when you put it onto the doll. The main point of putting the stitches right now is to make sure that everything stays in place. After you're finished sewing the eye in place, then on the back, make sure that you tie a knot several times before you trim the loose yarn ends. I'm making around 7 knots before I trim it. And that just makes sure that it won't come undone. Then you can see the knot that I made on the back, and then I just trimmed it short, loose yarn ends, but you won't be able to see it once it's on the doll. We're going to start with the magic circle. Go ahead and take the color of yarn that you want for your doll, the main color. Wrap it around across your 4 fingers, use your thumb to stabilize. Wrap the yarn around your 2 middle fingers and then hold it in place with your pinky and your thumb. We're going to make the magic circle. Take your crochet hook, go right under the 2 loops around your middle fingers and bring up a loop. Then yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through that loop for your slip knot. Then you're going to place 6 single crochet into the magic circle. So go into the magic circle, bring up a loop, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through both loops for a single crochet. And we're going to place 6 single crochet into the magic circle. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then take your forefinger and your thumb. You're going to hold the base of the 6 single crochet. You can see how I'm holding it. You have these 2 loops on the opposite side. Go ahead and pull on one of them. If it doesn't close, let go and pull on the other one, but this one's closing. So just gently close it. Don't worry if you don't get it all the way closed. We'll close it more later. Then take that loose yarn end and pull on that. Then just turn your work. We're going to work into that first stitch. So take your crochet hook, go into that first stitch, and you want to make sure to grab both loops of that first stitch, and then make 2 single crochet into the same stitch. So bring up a loop, yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through both loops for a single crochet. Then you're going to go into the same stitch and bring up a loop. So you have 2 single crochet into the same stitch. Then you're going to go into the next stitch and you're going to make 2 single crochet into every stitch around until you have a total of 12 stitches around your circle. So now I have 4 total, 2 single crochet into each stitch. So go ahead, finish making 2 single crochet into every stitch around until you have a total of 12 stitches around your circle, and then come back. This is how your work should look so far. If you have an opening in the center of your magic circle, then just turn your work over, and then you're just going to gently pull on that loose yarn end on the back, and then that will close up the center of your magic circle. Now we're going to continue our increase rounds. So far we have 12 stitches in the round, and by increasing the number of stitches in the round, it's called the increase rounds. So here I'm just getting one of my yarn markers, which is just one of my scraps of loose yarn. But go ahead and place your yarn marker right where you left off. And then for our first increase round, you're going to make 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then 2 single crochet into the second stitch. And then you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker. So I'll repeat the set one more time. So in the next stitch you're going to be making 1 single crochet, and then into the second stitch you're going to be making 2 single crochet, and then you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around back to your yarn marker, and then come back. So now you're back to your yarn marker, and you should have 18 stitches around your circle. Then take your yarn marker and move it up for our next increase round. Then for this increase round, you're going to make 1 single crochet into 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochet into the 3rd stitch. And then you just repeat that pattern all the way around, back to the yarn marker. So I'll make one more set with you. 1 single crochet into 2 stitches, and then 2 single crochet into the 3rd stitch. Then go ahead, repeat that pattern all the way around, back to the yarn marker. You should have finished 24 stitches in that last round. Then go ahead and move your yarn marker up for the next increase round. And for this increase round, you're going to make 1 single crochet into 3 stitches, and then 2 single crochet into the 4th stitch. And then you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around, back to the yarn marker, and then come back. So 1 single crochet into 3 stitches, and then 2 single crochet into the 4th stitch, then repeat that pattern all the way around, back to the yarn marker. So for the last round, you should have had 30 stitches in the round. Then go ahead and move your yarn marker up. For the next increase round, you're going to be making 1 single crochet into 4 stitches, and then 2 single crochet into the 5th stitch. Then repeat that pattern all the way around, back to the yarn marker. So now you probably caught on to the pattern. That last round, you should have had 36 stitches in the round. So your next increase round is going to be 1 single crochet into 5 stitches, and then 2 single crochet into the 6th stitch. Then repeat that pattern all the way around, back to the yarn marker. That last round you should have had 42 stitches. Then for the next increase round, you're going to make 1 single crochet into 6 stitches, and then 2 single crochet into the 7th stitch. Then repeat that pattern all the way around. Then you should have 48 stitches in the round. We only have 2 more increase rounds left. For the next increase round, you're going to make 1 single crochet into 7 stitches, and then 2 single crochet into the 8th stitch. Then repeat that pattern all the way around. So that last round should have had 54 stitches. Then you're going to make your last increase round, and then on the last increase round you'll make 1 single crochet into 8 stitches, and then 2 single crochet into the 9th stitch, and repeat that pattern all the way around. When you finish this round, you should have a total of 60 stitches in the round. You should have finished your last increase round, and now you should have a total of 60 stitches all the way around. Then you're just going to take your yarn marker and move it up. Now you're just going to make 1 single crochet in every stitch around. So now every time you reach your yarn marker, you should still have a total of 60 stitches in the round. So you don't want more than 60 stitches, and you don't want less than 60 stitches, because if you have more than 60 stitches, then it's just going to keep getting bigger, which you don't want it. You want it to stay the same size to start forming a cup. And you don't want to get smaller than 60 stitches, because then it's going to get smaller and not form an equal cup for your doll. So make sure that you only have 1 single crochet into each stitch as you crochet around. So 1 single crochet in every stitch, And then you're not going to take your yarn marker out when you reach your yarn marker. You're just going to leave it in place and just continue crocheting around until you've completed a total of 10 rounds, and then come back and we'll start making the hair.